Hey, beautiful people. So, I have had a very busy weekend energy-wise and just had a lot of new ideas and new understandings, new insights come in. And the one that I want to address today is time. And more precisely, the aspect of divine time. For a long time, this idea of divine timing has been kind of a thorn in my side, something that felt like you can have all the intentions and the goal settings and the dreams and desires that you wish for, but divine time is what sets the pace. And that felt out of my control and really something I didn't know how to tune to and something I didn't know how to be at ease with. It just felt like this is an outside component that is imposed on me. And even though with my mind I understand that it's a question of my aligning to letting in what I've wanted, there was just a feeling of having no control over when I'm actually in alignment. So that may make sense to some of you, I may not. But I watched the movie, I had a few experiences, and all of a sudden I realized that time is a gift. Don't ask me how, I just got the landed piece of information that time is a gift. And that made me see that I've very often not seen it as such and seen it as something that slowed me down, something that was stretching on beyond my desire for it to stretch on, and I just realized I had a lot of resistance to delay, but it was never something I could solve, something I could transcend until that moment where I realized time is a gift. And I had that idea maybe before, but never so completely landed it into my being. So, time is a gift. And how does the guidance want to bring that in more clearly, better than I can explain it myself? So I'm just going to ask, how is time a gift? So here we are in this one moment. And where you are now, whoever you are, whatever time you are viewing this, is always on the way to more. But it's not on the way to more one thing. It's on the way to many things. Why? Because you're always progressing towards intentions of various form, of various magnitudes, without truly understanding all of the things that are at play. So you may be, for example, desiring to age gracefully, to have a body that is fit and represents the idea you have of your own light body. You may have a desire to be more fulfilled in your career. You may have a desire to have authentic, transparent relationship in your partnership. You may desire to feel more the abundance of life, to have financial wealth. You may desire to have a better relationship with your children. You may desire to grow a garden. You may desire to upgrade your car. You may desire, and all of these desires exist in this one moment of space. And you are moving along at neck-breaking speed. Neck-breaking speed towards all of these desires, and more and more and more that you're not always aware that are in your field. So each moment in time is moving you forward in this whole array, 360-degree spectrum of things you're wanting to experience, feel, sense, touch, discover, expand, create. You may have your focus on one specific path, one specific thing. I really want to upgrade my car because every time I go into it, it makes me see that it's falling to pieces. At any given moment, it could go, and I really want to upgrade my car. Knowing that upgrading your car touches your financial abundance, touches the vision people have of you, touches how you are able to get to work, touches the fear of needing to take the bus or other means of transport. It touches on all these other spheres. So even though in your mind you are focused on this one thing, your being is addressing all things connected to this one and more. Meaning you're also working on your body, you're also working on your the whole of your abundance, your career. You're working on all of these things, even if your focused mind at the moment is just trying to solve this one thing or thinking it is moving towards this. But you are still living, breathing, putting food into your body, sleeping, entertaining yourself. You are not just doing the one thing. And so understanding this idea that has been a lot spoken about, which is multitasking. But the reality is you are extremely prolific at multitasking. But it is not multitasking with your focus, because your focus cannot multitask. What is multitasking is your energy in general. In the same way you are pumping blood in your system and breathing and digesting and regenerating all at the same time, you're not focused on all of these individual tasks. You are focused on one. You are focused at the moment on delivering our message to the viewers. So understanding that in this one time, there are stepping stones to the variety of intentions that are at play in your field. And understanding that time is the progression towards those intentions being completed is one thing. But understanding that you're not linearly, singularly working on the one thread of life that leads you to the changing of the car. You are working on the multi-threads that are growing you into a different being in every step of the way. So, appreciating that you are this multitasker energetically, and that you are not just working on the car, but working on all these other layers at once, helps you appreciate the time it takes you to go from A to B. And the more you can appreciate the now moment, saying, but I am not just doing this, I am also improving my quality of life. I am also releasing old beliefs about money and old fears about my appearance, and I am simultaneously completing all these other cycles that have been undergoing and creating new and marching towards other current ones. So understanding that in each moment you are multitasking, and that time, when you are integrating that concept that you are multitasking and advancing and completing and progressing simultaneously on a variety of fronts that your mind cannot even conceive how much is going on and how much is being accomplished in every second that you exist in your body. And when you take that into account and you appreciate the multidimensionality of what is going on in every moment, and that you are able to integrate the enjoyment of this possibility, you are bringing together all these different lines, all these different timelines, all these different objectives and goals and dreams and desires and wishes, and you are able to tune your energy to all of them at once and move them all at once through enjoyment of the now moment. When you are enjoying the now moment, realizing that it's an opportunity for movement towards all that you desire to accomplish, to complete, to manifest, to bring forth, to create, then all of these things become part of your present. The moment you get out of this idea and you focus on something that is not accomplished, on something that is yet to be created, you have just stepped stepped out of the multidimensionality and gone back to the one line of time where this particular action has not been completed. And you have stalled all of the momentum on all the other subjects that you are also working on. So that is why you are invited to see the present moment as a gift. See the evolution of all the other layers of self and not just the one that your attention is focused on. See the general movement of who you are and the forever permanent loop of the things you are closing in, meaning the present moment is the realization of a moment in the past. The present moment is the conclusion to something you set forth to do in the past. And the more you can celebrate that, the more you can connect to that, remember that, the faster you will move through, the more integrated all the aspects of your life will seem, and the more coherence you will feel in the now moment between all the different spheres of your life. Because at the moment, you are, as a collective, moving from this perspective that I'm moving this particular thing and I have to do effort in this direction in order to make it happen. If I want my body to be nicer, I must go to the gym. If I want my health to be better, I must change what I'm eating. If I want my sleep to be better, I must go to bed earlier. And all of these things are separate fragments that don't seem to cohese into one life where everything is easy, is attuned and flowing, because you seem to have to divide your focus into all the different intentions and keep the different strings alive, as if you're one of those circus artists who is juggling plates on all of the possible surfaces of the body. But the reality is, the more you can sink into the one moment, realizing that all of the different layers of your life are cohesive and coherent and can be included in this one moment, that when you are making adjustments to the way you exercise or to the way you eat, you are affecting all the layers. And really to connect to that and to understand, when I am doing this, I am not just doing it for my body, I am also doing it for my soul, for my well-being. I am doing it for my longevity idea. I am doing this for what I output into the world, for the betterment of my relationships. So this each step that is inspired, if your focus is on bettering your body, changing your car, all of these things, it's understanding that it's not just that one thing. It's not just that one separate string and then I have to output effort into all the other ones. It's I am putting this one effort and seeing this effort that I'm making, or these steps that I'm making, but they are part of the cohesive whole that I am working on all these other aspects, and it's a step forward in all of those directions, and really feeling the effect that you're moving forward, not just on this objective that maybe you can't see moving forward, but all of the other ones. And every time you do a step, be it in this area over here, which is more your career, or that area over here, which is more your family, or that area over here, which is your relationship to yourself, you are moving everything forward. And that is when you start to see the gift of time, because time is not what you have to give over here, what you have to give over there, and it's running out. It's every time I spend a moment, every time I am in this next moment, I am moving along all of who I am, all of the threads, and I can really embrace time as a gift to savor the process of this one thing, because it is also included in the process of this other thing, and just really becoming friends with that idea. It would be as if saying, use the comparison that television used to be one stream. Yes, you could change channel, but if you changed channel, you would have missed what was happening on the other. And so it was all these parallel streams that you could either navigate to this one and see this show, or navigate to that one and see this show. And then came the idea, well, you can record it. But if you do record it and you want to watch it, you're still going to override what is playing in this one. So there was really this idea of one track, and you have to choose where you put your attention, and the others are kind of left behind. And now you have things like Netflix or Prime or Disney, where all of the different types of movies you can watch and the TV shows you can experience, they're all available simultaneously. And when you pick one, you're not hindering your ability to view the other. So you're not missing out on one and always having to play catch up in order to see the others that you missed. You can just select what you want to watch and not have any problem whatsoever with the idea that it's not because I picked this one that I miss out on that. So your technology is starting to show you this ability you have to navigate time differently. And so time becomes the gift that it truly is. So we will leave it at that. There's so much more to say about the idea of time. But do take the space, the time, to appreciate where you are now, and to appreciate all that you're moving simultaneously. To appreciate that every second of time you're moving mountains. You are spending energy on so many aspects of yourself. And the more you can embrace that, the more your aspects will become one coherent whole. And that is what is becoming available. That is what these new light codes, this new freedom that is coming in stems from. The fact that whatever I put my focus on is moving all of the other things into alignment and coherence with who I am. Wow, that is not what I expected to receive, but I hope that it made sense for you. And I hope that you can really tune into this idea of time being a gift, and that you can begin to become friends with it as I have. Big hug.